So if your feet hurt, what do you do? Now, this is one of those things that there are a million different names, kind of semantics. There's metatarsophalangia, there's turf toe, there's plantar fasciitis, there's shin splints, there's, you can have decaying, dying bones in the middle of your foot. You can get Lisfranc sprains, Lisfranc fractures, you get Morton's neuroma. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And after having worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients in my Ready to Run program, I get emails and messages all the time. Have you worked with this? Have you seen that? Is this okay? And ultimately, the process to restoring your foot pain is always the same. We just find, let's just say, your foot has a capacity to perform at this level. That's strength, resiliency, overall output. Then as you get weaker and weaker and weaker, it starts to lower down to basically this 0 level, right? At some point, you're gonna step. It may just happen to be a fracture, it may happen to be a strain, you may tear a ligament or a tendon. All those things can happen as your foot gets weaker and weaker. And then those kind of make big jumps as you go to physical therapy, and they don't really do much for your feet. So the way you solve all of that stuff is you go at the very basic undercut and you find the movement you can do without pain, which is almost always like moving and wiggling your fingers. So when you do that for your feet, you move and wiggle your toes, then you get blood flow to the area. That allows your body to communicate and get some motion there, get your brain turned on. Then you can start to work on getting that big toe to engage. Then you can start to do a little bit more heavy lifting of the calf and get the arch pronation, get the structures under the foot to develop. Then you can start working on the front of the leg. You can get the ankle to develop. You get that pronation back. That's when you can start to get that big toe to load and remodel that fascial line. It goes all the way from the big toe to the plantar fascia, all the way up to the back over your forehead. It's amazing stuff. But it all starts with developing just the basic capacity and competency to move the toes, to get blood flow there, to get those toes and pinkies moving and bending. And once you do that, then you can get the area warm, you can get lubricated, then you can get strength there, and then you can get enough tension, enough load to remodel the connective tissue. That's how you start. So yes, foot pain sucks, but it is a sign that your feet are not strong enough. Almost all foot pain is just a simple sign, other than rare acute things where you like have a bilateral crush and you just smash your feet, which is a disgusting thing. If you want to go look that up, don't do it. I told you not to. But you know, all this, everything from shin splints to compartment syndrome to ankle sprains to turf toe, plantar fasciitis, like you name it, it all comes back to the fact that your feet have been stuck and they're not moving. So the first thing to do is get that moving, get it warm, get blood flow, then get stronger, then get the connective tissue remodel, and your feet will develop underneath you. Your feet don't need the support, they are the support. That being said, sometimes in very, very, very brief settings, orthotics can be helpful. The problem is when your podiatrist, your physical therapist, your doctor says, you should wear an orthotic, and they don't give you an egress, they don't give you a way out of that, that's gonna be something that sucks, because then all of a sudden I get people that come in 5, 10, 15 years later and they said, I've just been wearing orthotics. I'm like, oh, why? Well, my doctor told me to wear them 10 years ago and never told me to take them out. And so what happens is those actually weaken your feet. They make them more sensitive and less resilient. So the process is to get back out of that. I have never seen a case where people were successful and thriving because of orthotics. They're almost always short-term band-aids that end up making the problem worse if you don't get out of them. So it's a long discussion on orthotics, but I want you to feel confident in the fact that your feet can restore, you can rebuild them, and you can reclaim healthy, strong feet. So it starts at the very, very base level. You build up, you develop this. It takes time. It will take 4 to 6 months for that connective tissue to fully remodel. So be patient and do that. But you can fix your foot pain because your feet are not designed wrong. They're not meant to be weak, flat, broken, bunioned. They are meant to be strong, healthy things that let you do, explore, and play in the world. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Ask any questions you have. If you got value, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share this with a friend. And if you have anything else you want to hear, ask the Barefoot Sprinter.